The summer thing where moms feel completely guilty and exhausted. And how do I cater to my kids all summer? And I'm glad my kids are around, but I'm already experiencing that.
I think it's that there's no routine.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And they're bored, so they expect stuff. Like, what do you got for me now? What do you got for me now? My name is Jenny, and I'm a wife and mom raising 2 kids. But I used to live a more glamorous life as a TV reporter. I was on the nightly news interviewing pop stars and politicians. So when I said goodbye to TV and hello to motherhood, I suddenly discovered what we moms are up against. We live in a world that tells us to be rich and famous, thin and successful. You know, almost nobody says, oh, hey, you're a mom? That is fabulous. But you are fabulous, and I'm here to tell you why.
It's the Channel Mom Show with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
Brought to you by the Healthy Marriage Project. Just click on one of their ads to find out about a healthy relationship workshop near you. And that brings me to my commentary. Listen to this word. Maybe it's 2 words, but here it goes. Summertime.
I think it's 1 word.
If you're an adult, you probably have a very different reaction to that word than if you're a child. I know moms and dads who are thinking about cash and crazy schedules and how much to spend and how much to plan to keep their kids happy and entertained this summer.
Why do we have to keep them happy and entertained?
Oh my goodness. Hold the phone. Stop the madness. Take a detour from this train wreck. I mean, seriously. I know because I'm experiencing it myself, and I consider myself a mom who actually pays attention to mothering and tries to plan things ahead. And I make summer lists, and we have all these goals and charitable events that we're going to participate in and all this stuff. So I'm pretty organized about it. But already I'm like, okay, I am not a taxi cab, and I am not a
maid.
Right. Well, every morning I wake up and I said, my name is not Cinderella. Because it's, what can you do for me? When are you going to cook for me? Where are you going to take me? What do you got for me now? You know, and I adore my children. And I'm so glad, since I work out of the home, I'm really kind of glad to have them there because I get lonely during the school year. And I take motherhood seriously. So it's great to have them around. It's just, I think, particularly maybe in Western culture, we have this skewed idea that we're responsible for entertaining our kids at all times, right?
We do have a skewed idea of that. I don't know when that came about.
Yeah.
And I wish that would go away because they really should entertain themselves.
Right. Well, I think, okay, I'm going to sound really old fashioned right here, but I think of Little House on the Prairie and how they were out doing chores at 6 a.m. and they were planting gardens and they were doing stuff with the horses and
and they weren't bored.
No,
That's for sure.
No. I mean, do you think that's changed, Dan? Do you think that the way that maybe we were 100 years ago versus how we are now in terms of we have to entertain the kids. We're going to take the kids to Disney World this summer. We're going to do this. Boy, they're going to be involved in baseball and ballet. And I mean, do you think that's changed? I do, but you tell me what you think.
Yeah, obviously, I think it has, especially with advancements in technology and everything like that. But even when I was a kid, I would go over to my buddy's house who lived right around the corner. I'd ride my bike over there.
Yeah.
And we would play basketball for like 6 hours or go rollerblading or do stuff. We would leave the house and come back when it was time for dinner.
Yeah.
And I think some of that has to do with a lot of the sensitivity now to child abduction and stuff like that, where parents are a little more nervous to let their kids do that.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, it was just like, all right, see you later.
Go play.
We'll come back home when the lights come on the street.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it was. We had to find stuff for ourselves.
Daniel, I want to compliment you this morning. That was an excellent point. I hadn't thought of the child abduction thing, but it's true.
Oh, I had. Yeah, because it enters my mind.
Yeah, I live in Bailey, Colorado. Speaking of child abduction, no one should know that. But
you just think of mountain lions.
Right. I'm more concerned about mountain lions than I am about somebody abducting my child. But nevertheless, I didn't let my kids bike away from my house till they were about 10 or 11. I said, you cannot be out of mommy's sight. Yeah. And so, Dan, you're right about that. And you're also right about technology. Because yesterday, I did make my son and his friends go. I said, I'm backing the car out of the driveway and you're going to go play basketball because I don't want you lying around the couch complaining that you don't have anything to do. So they went outside and played basketball. And you know what? They were happy.
Yeah.
They were out there for an hour. Just playing about not damn 6 hours, but they were out there for an hour. And that was awesome. They will literally sit around the living room, if you let them, all on their phones.
Oh, on their phones. I was just going to say watch TV.
Well, yeah, or they're texting or doing, I mean, we don't let my son text, but what's the thing where Instagram. Yeah. He Instagrams and, somebody else is on Facebook. It just,
I never had a cell phone even until I was 16. And granted, they were kind of new then, but my parents didn't get one until I got a car. And so they didn't even really keep tabs on us. It was just like, all right, we'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dan, I find that refreshing. I really do. So I want to encourage people. It's not that I don't want you to love your child. It's not that I don't want you to get creative and have some fun this summer and do some neat trips. That's not what I'm saying. But do not for a second feel like you owe it to your kid to be entertaining them all the time and throw money at them and everything. It's going to be good for them if you have them go entertain themselves with some healthy outdoor activities.
They have to use their imagination.
Right. And their physical, exertion. It's a good thing for them. Kind of excited, just so you know, if there's anything about your marriage that you would like to improve, we have Dr. Emerson Egerich on next week. And I don't know if you listen to us regularly or not, but if you do, we had him on several months ago, probably 5-6 months ago, and he literally changed a marriage. The woman wrote to me after she had called into the show, and he'd counseled her an incredible change that he made in their marriage, and she was so grateful. So I hope you'll join us next week and call in if you want some of his help. He's an incredible marriage counselor. He's the author of the Love and Respect series, and Shelley, you and I have been to his conference when he came to town. And
my husband really likes him because he's not soft or touchy-feely.
No, he's not. He's a man's man, which is cool. My husband enjoyed it and thought he was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that my husband even went says something about Dr. Emerson Egerich.